Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Sir Stephen Topham the third at your service. Plus, I'm Sodor, Rick Picard, and Potter, and all the Power Rangers universe, Star Trek universe, and the Potter universe, all in one bucket, right? I'm going to tell you the truth, what you want to know, right? For older adults that have now grown up to be in their 30s, 40s, something like that. People that know it, who do not know their secret background to their heritage, which is why we weren't born as cuckoo lanners or anything like that, which is understandable. To a point, I'm going to explain the truth. The truth is, your parents all served on the LNER before you were born. And a lot of this is not because of what is unfolded, it's what is unfolded naturally. So there are secrets in play that kept us going for another fourth, fifth generation, third generation still in play, and everything else in play. But it's unfolded in the correct way, yes. People know things, etc., going down the line. People have clues, have answers, if you will. Right? There are things for the certain individuals out there that are gifted, very powerful, very hard thinking. But they're not cuckoo, they're not mental, they're not insane. Their families are born with the LNER railway blood, which since 1936. So if anybody tampers with history and even go back into the past, present, or future, you will end up dead anyway, buried or gone. But if it plays out correctly, you will get everything in place. But it's all true, there's no lies, there's no deceits. The LNER Railway Company has been forged with a load of railway companies, right? A lot of our ancestors put this in play, right? We can't go into names or addresses or details for every individual that signed up for it, but it's for every company, everything down to the bottom of the letter, right? I have to do what you would call there are things in play that have to play correctly by the books. The LNER Railway is not is very special because it's linked with all companies. Right? The LNER are now notified to be the electric company right now, not the steamy company. Right? A lot of people think every time a diesel breaks down, steamies will rise again, which they will do. Why? Because they never break down, they only break down on one piston and they can still drive. Right? That's fact. Right? When our families took an oath to keep their gob shut, right? It played in front of you, right? It played in the correct way with no hesitations. Your parents, your ancestors, your great aunties, your uncles all ran on the railway company because it was not a luxury. It was a proper job that we all have to play it in, right? Every descendant, every person who don't believe in this, watch out because it will hit you in 1,000 volts, right? There's secrets in this railway that you can't explain. It plays naturally as it would. But with my family, I have to be very careful because I'm the last hat on the family field. So I have to be very careful what I do, what has to unfold correctly, what actually unfolds in front of you. But in the day, it unfolds for a rat. But a lot of the parents weren't told, or the ancestors weren't told, and a lot of people, until when you're told, you can be told until you're fully old enough to fully understand what's in front of you, how you got your gifts, your talents, your details, etc., etc., etc. Right? I'm not going to go through all of this as a BS session because it's not a BS shit. You know, a lot of you are programmed with certain knowledge, which is true, which I would not hesitate. All of this knowledge links back to me and certain other individuals plus more. Right? There's a lot more at stake. Right? When the LNER was set in motion in 1936, 1940s, 50s, and 60s, you appreciate what you got because it keeps going and going and going. History will fully repeat itself and you'll end up having the same results every time. Why? Because we always come out to clear your act up. And a lot of it is all in truth, all in logic, and all in respect. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna run for the hills and say, "What shit, quite whatever it comes out of your mouth." As as what happens now, you gotta really start thinking the secret of the LNER Railway is based on all the companies, all your ancestors, plus yourself. You're the descendants of the railway people. When the railway people are back in action, you take no disrespect. This is not a joke to be laughed at, right? There are people around you that may be linked as a friend, family, friend, connection, etc., etc. But a lot of it plays out in motion. And every time we always think we got everything under the plate, I said I mean everything. Why? Because if one person is safeguarding me for reasons because I'm already taken. Right? A lot of people know who it is, I know who it is, and we gotta keep our mouths shut because we got safeguards everywhere. So, in layman terms, what you watch in the years to come, like all those silly reboots from movies and TV shows, they're not gonna tell you anything until your fourth generation is in their 30s and 40s before they put the facts in. So work it out. You're growing old as you would do from child to adult, but the children are safe because of the adult versions. Think about it. Reverse it. The old protects the young. Always. Right? It always has been, always shall do. Right? My grandfather put this in place because Senior had died in the year after he was born. So work it out. It goes forward, 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 as it would do, and now you're ending up with a big bang in your face. Right? A lot of people think this is all a joke. I said, no, it's bloody isn't. You know, secret of the LNER Railway is still running today because they have to keep running. End of the day, you got to realise what the fuck, shit, excuse my French, but it adds up. When you all think you know it all, I said there's events unfolding right now that are connected to everything you watched, read, or seen and heard. All you have to do is get the right. You know, there's there's only two of us that are helping you all out. But if you want to blame your own ancestors for doing this, don't blame them because you can't blame the generation before because it can't work, right? So you go forward and forward and forward and play it all out because eventually the LNER will be more happy with you, right? They may be a company, a railway company, but they always have the hidden. They always tell you the truth in facts, logic, and respect. And at the end of the day, you got it in there in black and white. The only problem is you're too blind to see it all, right? At the end of the day, you're going to move forward, and anyone that's in this predicament, I said, look, I'm in this predicament because I'm blood of the Hatts. You can't change that because that's fact. Right? When people think it's all why, then it all adds up. You know, when people think, why are all these your connections? Why are your friends? Where are your family? Where's everything? I said, half of them are dead anyway. Let's just say, what, we're in third generation, which is 1983, 1973, onwards and onwards and onwards, as it would be. And it goes on and on and on, and it continues the bloodlines for every set of members of families out there that know that secret. Right? They can't tell you. I'm, in the day, they've got their legacy. We got ours. We all got it. The only problem is we just got, in the day, people that ask questions and put it all in NHS data and all that NSFT data or anything, right? The NSFT backed off and said, right, we will calm down now. We understand everything, but we got a password everything to make sure no one accesses your data. Why? Because the last time we had this bloody big problem, which enabled one individual to fuck up, cross the line. But he didn't, don't get me wrong, But it's the way it's playing out now I got to be careful of. Why? Because it could backfire on me. Right? If it backfires on me, then we all have problems. Then we've got all of this problem to go through again and again and again. I said, why? You know, when the secret of the LNER has got a lot to do with it, I said, yeah, work it all out. It's all in truth, logic, and fact. No bullshit. You know, when things have been told in truth in front of you, you leave the real life alone. When it comes to unfoldment of it, let it unfold. Right? When it all goes unfoldably, like my grandfather saw it, and my father saw it, and my senior saw it, and the way it unfolded forward, bang! Grow up. You know, we all know what's unfolding. We know what needs to be done. You know, I'm already taken as an example because I know who it is. Why? I can't tell you anything. Why? Secrets have to be hidden to keep it under the radar. But you see, it's a real life event, nothing can't be changed. The problem is, if you intervene, that's a conflict of interest, which it will be, bang. Right? I'm not going to be in a, in a way that you can understand these things over time. It will add up. Certain anagrams, certain passwords, or certain things that will add up, and it will all add up. Right? When you look in the mirror and think about it since 1936, it all adds up. Or I know all your ancestors before they were born, your descendants, all of it. Who's in what, the connection, friend, employee, connection, all of it. Why? Because I know exactly what your moves are before you move them. Why? All you have to do is play it correctly. Don't push me to the edge where you're not going to get any more answers out of me because a lot of us do have family secrets, which is going to remain a secret and it's going to keep that way. Why? Because it runs in the family, right? When we got a big family or we got a big group of friends and a big group of connections, we tend to have connections everywhere. Right? We have friends everywhere. We have family everywhere. The secret's already there, but you just can't say nothing about it. Right? When people want something bad enough, it's true, it's fact, it's logic, and it's respectful. What? Because everybody knows it. Everybody just has to let it play out. Right? I only got so much little time left to try and correct everything. If you screw up, I screw up. If you screw up big time, we end up dead. If we like it's saying if it's the other way round, I screwed up, then no, it's my fault. But in reality, it's fact, it's logic and respectful. You gotta get the truth, right? You gotta learn. You gotta learn the hard way in. Because you lost so much knowledge that your half of your head can't figure it out all the time. Right? I already cracked it. Right? But I can't say too much. Right? When I'm out and about, I don't piss about. You know, when people want things on the silver platter, I said the secret of the LNER railway since 1936 has a lot to do with it. But it's also to do with the past as well. So grow up. When people know things, why do you think Murder She Wrote and the Bill are lock and keyed? They can't be unlocked anymore. Why? Because I safeguarded them and said, just let it play out. It's got nothing to do with the law. The law, it applies to us to a certain level, yes, but you know me, I get round things. I know tabloids have a way of fucking up people's lives up. LNER, let's talk about the Norfolk County Council doing all the fuck ups. Right, they screwed up. They messed up. They messed around with my connections. I fucked their connections up. Why? Because they screwed up. You know, there's a lot of people that don't know it today because the railway's gone. Never enough. Right? They're trying to rebuild them and all of that, but they can't access anything because you all bought let's say, bought the land, make more houses, make more shops, make more this, and you block the railway path. Think about it. If you come back in time, like it would, and then go 444, you see what you fucked up. Right? You fucked up what was meant to unfold correctly. Right? We know the Hats haven't messed up. To- Nearly every of my Steam team haven't fucked up. We just watched the fuck ups you did. So stop messing about. Because if you, the Norfolk County Council don't give a shit. All they care about is this. I said, whatever goes in their pocket goes back in mine. And that's not a joke. You know, realistically, you got to look at it. What shit? Damn bugger, boom, boom. Why? Because the LNER railway is well respected to a very high degree. They helped to run the Midland and Great Northern Joint Railway and the Great Eastern upside down at Sodor. Don't get me wrong, that's no lie. But you screwed up. The biggest screw up which my grandfather witnessed had something to do with my family in the end. So leave it alone. You know, when you unfold something to correct it back up, correct everything else up, everything adds up. When people respect people, they get something. Right? When people want something bad enough, they have to earn it. They have to wait nearly 30, 40 years before they learn something. Or, or really understand what's unfolded, or what's gone backwards, what's gone forward, what's in the middle, what's in the end, what is this, what is that. Then it all adds up. Stop meddling around with your time stream when it's there in black and white. People are, a lot of the movie makers and TV shows and everything else, they're like 50,000 years ahead of you. So work it out forward. Everybody's been putting it in. All the conspiracies, all the truth, all the logics, all the facts. There in black and damn white. Why? Because people listen. They pay attention. They have to listen to everything. Pay attention. Nothing will not come back to you the way it used to be. Why? Because you screwed up here, you screwed up this, you screwed up that. I said the reason why we end up clearing up all of this mess, the tabloids are screw uppers. They don't know what they don't know what is fact from truth. The logic is that there's a lot of people's lives on the line. Right? When I see people get hurt, right, there are things that are true and there's some that are in true. Read between the lines. Right? A lot of people say read between the lines before you mouth off. Because there may be a fact in there that isn't actually telling you in the newspaper directly. Let's say I read a newspaper and it mentioned about certain individual and it meant blah 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 blah. I said bullshit. Why? Because I already know what the game's up full of the news and the tabloids. They have to get real. They have to respect other people's countries. They have to respect everyone's privacy. They have to respect everybody around them. Why? Because respect goes a long way than the money, 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 money. When it comes down to money, everybody knows what needs to unfold. But let it. Right? If you screw up, then that's your loss. Right? I'm not going to pay for someone do what they do wrong. Right? There is so much that we can offer you, right? The support, the guidance, everything. But all you have to do is play it out correctly, right? Right, like let's say, for example, the Norfolk Railway, founded in 1970s as a good company, a respected company. Why? All the people know about it, but now they can understand why. Why? Then by 2016, 2019, everything's fucked up. Why? You realizing what's going on up there. You started to understand things. You start to do this, and it all adds up. Then people come back. Families come back. Why? There are people know things, but they can't say anything. Everything has to unfold naturally. Why? Because you know me, I'm everywhere. You name it, connections, colleagues and friends and family, we all seen it all. Why? A lot of families that are married, got kids and spouses and all that, and having their descendants, they probably don't know nothing because you're not learning. You're not realizing what the hell, what game are you playing here? Right? Well, there's a lot of things out there you want so bloody badly. It's gonna take time, effort, and it's gonna take a lot more for me to push. Why? Because it takes a little time at a time. I'm not rushing it. The only thing is, I'm just not laughing at all. Period. Right? When you want a secret of the LNER, wait, just ask yourself, what is the gimmick and the catch? There's no gimmick or catch. It's reality of everything. When you stand outside on the window, or you're outside the pub, or you do what you do, right? A lot of actions you might do may have consequences. Some might have a lot of truth to it, a lot of logic and respect. But I know my boundaries, right? And in the day, don't come crying to me when something fucks up. Right? If something fucks up so badly on your turf or the Norfolk Rugby, as example, which they are, they're screwing it up badly, I'm leaving them. Why? Because the more I try and get them to be put back on track, which everybody wants, they need it, yes, but they want what they got up there in that little head of theirs. They go, oh, boom, boom, boom. Why? I said, look, I'm the one who's got the knowledge here, right? And every day, it goes back, way back before you were born, way back before you started, and I say, let it unfold, right? There is a principle on this, right? A lot of the railways you know are forged into one company, right? And even day, the rail network is crap, Greater Anglia is crap. Why? The bottom of the funding line of this all is the London North Eastern Railway Company. That's still at the bottom of the tree you can't touch. Why? Because it's safeguarded. Right? Not just by my own family, but everybody's. But if you fuck up bad, that's your fault. Right? End of the day, there are things that are coming to light now that's unfolding everything in motion. I got feelings that I can't always show in public because I have other jobs to do. Right? When people are out and about and they think this is all a joke, I said, no, it isn't. It's all truth, all logic, and all respect. I said, look, how many times does it take for the North Norfolk Railway to realise I am their boss? Right? At the moment, they just think, what? No, he isn't. I said, yes, I am. Why? Because I'm standing my ground. Let me explain to them why I'm so po- positively truthful. Right? They cannot. If they got rid of me so badly, they obviously don't want certain things to happen. Unfortunately, they're already lost. Right? They can't win. They will never win because the truth is coming out of my mouth. The tabloids need to grow up. The news has to grow up. You know, certain things have to unfold naturally to unfold everything. Every time you're 24 hours behind, already know what you're up to. 24 hours ahead will be old news for me. So work it out. I'm watching eyes and ears everywhere. So work it out. If the secret has been made in 1936 onwards, what do you think will happen if you fucked up? You're lost with nothing. You will lose everything. I have to get married to recorrect everything. Right? Everything is all in play and all in motion. But if you keep buggering me to try and say, oh, forget about this, forget about that, and all of that shit, I said, no, I won't. End of the day, you're the ones who's losing out. You're the one who's losing all the money because you're not realizing it. Secrets have to be kept. Right? There is a lot of things I can give you out. Right? The secret of the LNER Railway has to remain a secret because it has to be, especially on the specific year, because it was uniquely designed for myself and and the employees' descendants. So work it out forward. Goes 2 generations ahead. Now where you fucking all stand at the moment. Just work it out because it adds up. In the end of the day, it will equalises and you'll be like saying, oh shit. Everybody that worked on the Norfolk Railway since the 1970s, they're all my employees. Why? Because that was 10 years before I was born. Near enough. Right? 3 year gap. Right? So that's 1983. That's when I got in charge. So work it out. Grow up, look at it, and say, oh shit, it's real. Because it's LNER, it's LMS, it's everything else, GWR, the Great Western, all of it. Why? Because if you keep dividing the companies, you're going back to the bottom, where it all began. And it all adds up. And it calculates for every person, every genetic code, everything goes up. But it goes up, but it goes down the chain. Why? Starts from the bottom and works its way up. Because the connections get born the opposite direction. Why? So when everyone's 30, when everyone's 40, they click, 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 click. Why? Put the facts in for you. Put the historical events in for you. Put the events unfolded in front of you. Put everything unfoldedly for you. Why? Because we know things we can't tell online all the time. Thank you very, very, very much indeed.